flanker with a direwolf too, so it's a decent combo. And worst case scenario is something to play on too. Imp is really nice too. Flame Imp is pretty important card just simply because it can trade up into Mana Worm and still live after. Okay, so as long as he doesn't coin, we're fine. That's great for us. That's really, really good. I think we just Juggler this turn. It's going to make him make a tough decision. Do I ping or do I Frostbolt? Or maybe like ping, coin, arcane missiles would work as well. If that was the case, he would have just done it last turn though, so I doubt it. Soulfire is really, really good here. So we go Direwolf and then we play the Imp. Not necessarily the best use of Direwolf, but you definitely get it out there, right? I want 3 minions on board, so it's likely that one will stick after Defender. Sorcerer, Arcane Boss is fine. Oh, coin Frostbolt, okay. Arcane Explosion, PogChamp. Peddler's great. It's better to play the Squire here, because we're going to tap next turn most likely. Unless we draw exactly a Defender or Doomguard, right? It's just better. What's up, Yogos? How you doing, man? Oh, Arcane Blast. That's the only reason not to do that, but it's okay. I figured if he had Arcane Blast, he would have done it in previous turns. Was my reasoning there. Not too much thinking this turn, is just play everything. And the 2-1 should be in the middle of the 2-2 as well, next to the 1-3. Drake's fine. But yeah, I'm finished the video and stuff. I'm just looking to get some gameplay for my own channel, so I can actually upload something to YouTube. We're going to tap first. Definitely tap first. Soulfire is really, really good. And the reasoning for wanting the 2-1 and then like in between the Malchazar's Imp and Dark Peddler was because it's better to trade off a 3-1 than a 2-2, sorry. It'd be a 3-1 when buffed by the Direwolf is what I mean. This is perfectly fine too though. I mean, we just got to push some damage. Torch, what is that, man? Okay, so we still have 4 damage on board, which is phenomenal for us. That's great. So we're going to tap, get a Doomguard. Juggler is pretty good as well. Always taking that Juggler. I probably want that like here. Yeah, right there. Firelance Portal. Oh, the BGH PogChamp, guys. Good game to the Temple Mage. BGH in 2016, boys. I'll take the W there. I'd like to have a Councilman or Imp Gang, though. But I'm not going to throw away the Juggler with the Villager. We could double ones. It's good with Direwolf. I don't really like Voidwalker, though, in case he's Dragon. Because Alex Russell's champion into Voidwalker is just so good. So I think we just play the Villager. This way, if he Alex Russell's champions and trades, then we can just Direwolf and swing. Which is pretty good. Fire 1 axe and pass is fine as well. He swings. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting, actually. So we don't really have a read on what he is still, unfortunately. I think we might just Juggler, coin Voidwalker, though. We're going to have a 1-1 on board next turn if he has Alex Russell's champion, so it should be okay. How do we deal? I guess we can't deal with anything that's really, really big from him anyways, though. He'll swing into the 1-3, and then if he plays like a 3-drop, then we just Juggler and then Direwolf and trade up into it, I guess. So we're going to Juggler, coin Voidwalker this turn. Yeah, that's how we do this one. Then next turn we play the Imp and the Direwolf Alpha. Turn 3 is like a Fierce Monkey turn, or Frothing. 1 and 2. Depends what you run, right? And a lot of the time that ends up being both, actually. So if we get perfect RNG, it's going to juggle this twice. And then we get to trade into it with our 1-1. Or 2-2, I guess. Or 2-1, sorry. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Come on. Perfect RNG, boys. Always lucky, gentlemen. Let's go. That's how you beat Dragon Warrior, guys. Or Tempo it could be as well. Frothing is just stereotypically in Dragon Warrior, which is like the most prevalent aggressive warrior deck right now. And where you generally will see the Frothing Berserker. Ghoul's fine. He needs an Execute too, though. Or an Ichor, I guess. In that case, you would have used the Ichor first, though. So that's perfectly acceptable. That's really good next turn with the Doomguard. So this turn we play Argus. And I'm actually going to trade into the 3-3. So you can't value trade into the 2-3. And keeping this alive is just so important with the Doomguard next turn, right? So important. But Fiery Warx and Ravaging Ghoul are usually two of the cards that do spell a defeat for us when we are playing Discolock decks. Any sort of an aggressive Warlock deck just gets wrecked by those two cards usually. Unfortunately for us, we're still doing very well, even though we haven't had a 3-drop. Champion's good for him. It means he can... Oh. That's really unfortunate. Damn. That sucks for him. Okay, gentlemen. You ready for this PogChamp play here? Let's draw 2 cards. Oh, yeah. That big Darkshire Librarian. And the Peddler. I almost don't want to trade that, but he's already used one Execute, so I am. Yeah, I'm going to value trade like that. The reasoning for that is I want to keep this as healthy as possible. The thing with Warrior, though, is they have a ton of ways to deal 3 damage, and not really... I mean, Slam, I guess we could say we're playing around that way. But it's unlikely, right? That's fine. We have... I guess this is really good, actually, because we can play everything, right? We don't have to tap, and we just get to play literally everything. So we go for the Peddler first, see what we can get here. Voodoo Doctor, question mark? Is that good? Voodoo Doctor trade, that's a 5-2. It's probably not worth it. We probably just want to sack both those in or ignore it. I think we just Voodoo Doctor, though, on here, so then you can't trade. I mean, we're going to Voidwalker anyways, but it's something, right? It's something. There's no reason to trade because he is Dragon Warrior, right? So we're not going to be seeing Brawl or anything like that. Corcoran's cool. It's a swing. And have fun in class, Logan. Have fun, man. Learn a lot from me, dude. Then he'll trade there. Well played, dude. Well played. Good game to the Dragon Warrior. Games don't usually pan out like this when we don't get a 3-drop. But fortunately for us, we had strong 1-drops. Enough to beat the Fiery 1-axe. Yeah, so that was really, really good. And a lot of that just came down to the thinking behind what 1-drops to play when, right? Like, we didn't want to play Voidwalker first because we would have got wrecked by War-Axe or the Champion, right? Whereas we play Villager first and we're in a good spot. So good game. Play like locked in, really. I guess we keep it to contest a 5-drop. I mean, if we're thinking that far ahead. Because if he Wild Growths on 2, then yeah, I guess it makes sense. I guess, yeah. Without the Imp, I probably would never keep this. So I just like look for Argus or something. Or a better 1-drop, I guess, would be something to look for too. Just because Malchazar's Imp, like, it's okay, but you want to have something better. So we just go Imp on turn 1. The Soulfire is also good because it could be Beast Druid too. Wrath is perfectly fine here. And again, you go the Imp Gang before the Councilman. This is better. As then the Councilman gets buffed after you trade next turn. Kappa. Okay, so Wild Growth on 2. I think Councilman's a little bit better. Then we can Imp Gang and Soulfire, for example, next turn. Something is good. It's just nice to get this out. This doesn't die to swipe, whereas this does. At the same time, they both make swipe a little bit awkward, so maybe I could have played double Imp Gang. It's just I kind of like this combo a lot. It's pretty situational, right? It depends on what he has in hand. Mire Keeper's fine. So we might just Direwolf then. Okay, he does that. That's fine. I kind of like that. I kind of like Imp Gang into Soulfire too. I think I'm going to go Imp Gang into Soulfire. It's just so nutty if we hit this, right? Like, even that's not a big deal. It's just a Direwolf we wanted to keep. For that discard, there was like one really bad one, which was a Direwolf, one that we didn't really care about, which is like the Librarian, sorry, and one that was really good, which is a Golem. And even if we lost the Direwolf, we still could just use the Librarian next turn and get the Golem for free anyways, so it's okay. Yeah, Yogo Imp Gang is definitely a great card, man. Swipe, okay, that's pretty awkward. We have a 2-2 and 2-1-1, so it's really not that bad. We should still be okay. So we both have had very good starts so far. Very, very good starts. We look for a Soulfire, I guess. We trade 1, right? That's going to happen no matter what. We might Mortal Coil, right? I guess we take this. We could just tap and play 1-drop too. I think this is better against swipe though. Just a little bit. I don't like the positioning with this. I probably should have just played it here and then played this here on the inside of this 2-1. I think it's okay though. It's just stuff like that, right? That's kind of tough with this card. That I still really aren't. I'm not that good at it myself yet. So I guess we're just gonna place this here. It's okay though. It's okay. And this is just playing into second swipe harder, but again, it's pretty unlikely that he has it, right? 10 cards in. That's still fine if he does, right? Like, I mean, our board's not that bad. He'll just hero power swing there, and then we have a 2-1 left over, which isn't really that great. We have a 2-1 and a 1-1, sorry. We do have a golem next turn, so we top deck like Doomguard. We're really, really happy here. It would have been really funny if this song came on. Like, if he didn't have the swipe, like if he got it next turn. But we're perfectly happy with this outcome, so we're going to tap, see what we get here. Seems good. Good outcome, good outcome. Arakoa is good. That's actually really, really good. So you swing there, we just have to trade, and that's cleared. Then we have a 4-3. So we're pushing 6 damage next turn, which is great. Assuming we don't draw anything like Soulfire. My math is off, isn't it? 2, and then we do 4. Yeah, we don't do 5. So we're going to tap for Doomguard. Count Summon's nice as well. I guess we draw with this first, though, right? So we just go boom, boom. Keep the 2-1 alive, I guess. So I think that's what we do. Voidwalker. Okay, that's acceptable. It's not great, but it's something, right? Then we just double Voidwalker over here. This deck is just too snowbally. It's ridiculous. Log Creeper. That's a card that you don't see too often. Then Wrath, I guess. Wrath at 2-1 is definitely the best outcome for him. Darnassus is interesting. I don't really want to play that, so we're going to tap and get a Doomguard. Imp is fine too. So we swing, swing, swing. This gets buffed to a 5-5, right? So we swing, swing, that's cleared. Then we do 5 face damage. It's not enough. We have to trade with that regardless, though, so we're going to do that. That's happening. Then we go here for 6. I don't trade into the Darnassus. It's really irrelevant at this point. The only card we're afraid of now is the OGG. Even if that comes out, assuming he doesn't get anything that's going to gain him life or a counter spell, then we can just get Soulfire for lethal, I guess. So it's not necessarily that bad, and I still think we are quite favored. Even that's fine. Power of the Wild's scary. That's fine. You want to get used to that at the interval, so that definitely makes sense. And then swing with the Darnassus. Which is great. So I kind of regret the placement here now. We still win though, I mean. Well played to the Druid. That was a good game. We both had pretty nutty curves, honestly. It's just even with the nut curve with the Druid, if the Zoolock has a nutty curve, the Zoolock will usually win. Just because it's really tough for them to deal with our stuff, right?